All right. Good morning and good evening to everyone. It's great to be back. It's been a while. We've been overseas for quite some time, and as you can see, I lost the beard. I hope that's okay. Uh, you know, I just feel better when it's shaved off, to be honest. So let's talk about this major project that I've been working on and for some time. And as the Lord's church, I think it's great that we are all members of the one body of Christ. And it would be, as Galatians 6:2 says, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. And let me just tell you, I think this project would go easier and better, and I can get more things done if I could have volunteers to help me with this project. We've had 250 books, give or take a few. I don't remember how many exactly, but give or take, that have been published over the many years since the 1960s. And some of the books were done on what's called Quark, and it's been done on outdated stuff. And so, if we ever wanted to republish the book, which some books we do want to republish, like the Church of the Bible, for example, we need to have a pure, electronic edition of the book PDF ready to go. Um, and so I just thought it would be better if we can do that for all of our books. And then I had this great idea. I was like, well, I bet some people would enjoy listening to the missionary storybooks on audiobook and some of our other books. And so we really would like to do audiobooks in the near future. And in order to do audiobooks, you'll see what we have to do in order to make that happen. And we want to, of course, put when Jerry Bates went over to Liberia, we saw as a case that he had to the brother I had already cut up and scanned in all the books of ours, but they were not good for printing over there, and so that's why we need a pure edition, so to speak, of the PDF. And so you brethren can help me out with this. And it would be greatly appreciated. I've done a few of the books, and it does take some time. And I want to give our focus to doing some studies online on some books of the Bible and some other projects. And so this project will go much easier if you would be willing to be a volunteer for at least one book. That's all I'm going to ask. But if you desire that you can do two or three, that would greatly help me out so much. And God bless you if you would want to do this. So, but I thought it'd be easier to show you because that's, I think, important. Just to show you so you'll understand what we're doing. Okay, so our goal, like we said, we want to make pure electronic edition of the books to be downloaded, and there are I call it the impure books. The impure electronic editions are located right now on worldevangelismlibrary.org. In fact, I made some mistakes on the Church of the Bible. I need to redo those. I need to revise just some misspellings, but it can be done. And I just already go ahead and went and told you if they need to be reprinted in the United States, then we will have them on hand to print them. If they need to be printed or reprinted in other foreign countries, which we are doing, we're reprinting the Church of the Bible in various different languages. We're able to send the person the file for them to be printed there. Now, with those, we already got them in InDesign and everything, so those don't really have to be done, to be honest. So that's a good thing. Now, some of the older books that were done in different languages, if you know this language, that would be great if you could help. I don't know exactly how we go about doing that. Maybe you might have some ideas. But I think what we would do is reach out to the brethren who had printed those books to make sure that we have a pure PDF of those. So we don't want to do any more work than we have to do. And like I said, we want to do audiobooks in the near future. I think that'd be great. And the possibility of doing Kindle or ebooks, but we want to get the message out, brethren, and I think that's very important. All right, so the process that I've been going through thus far, and I've almost done all the books, I have what's called OCR'd. So OCR means optimal character recognition. And so it's able to read the characters for the most part. It's not 100% correct, and that's why we have to go in and do some editing. but it does a really great job. I mean, hey, it's better than typing the whole book again. I also have to change the PDF into a Word document, or some of you might have to use another document. I am using a Mac right now, so I'll just let you know. But we need volunteers. We have over 250 books to do, and like I said, I've done a few books like the Church of the Bible, New Testament Worship, and the Gospel of Christ by J.C. Choate. What we need from you. Okay, so this is what we need. I would send you an email, an OCR Word document, or if you want it in a, one brother talked about having a Word Perfect. I'm not an expert on this, so I want to do what's easier for you in whatever way. But here's some things you have to think about. So one, you will have to spell out the name of the books of the Bible that if they are abbreviated. So I gave some examples here. Romans 6:23. We're going to have to put Romans 6:23, all right? Because when the person's reading the audiobook, the AI voice, you don't want it to be reading Rome 6:23. You want them to be reading Romans 6:23 or 1 Thess 1:1. We want to change it to 1 Thessalonians 1:1. And go to gbn.org/audiobooks, and you can listen to some of the audiobooks there. I think they've done a really good job with the person who's reading those, with the AI voice that's reading those. So that's pretty cool. Number 2, here's what you also will need to do. You will need to delete some spacing. So I gave an example here. So I hope you can see what's wrong with this sentence here, right? Do you see what's wrong with the sentence? Yes, you see the word definition. There's a spacing issue. So we have to erase the spacing, right? And that's what I did in this, of course. I'll show you an example in just a moment of that. Number 3, you will have to delete the page numbers. That's going to be very important. The reason why is because when we're going to put it in InDesign, I'm not going to have to use those page numbers. Page numbers are going to be different in InDesign software. Number 4, you may have to correct the misspellings of a word. I had to do that several times in the book. Number 5, you may have to correct the scripture references. That sometimes they weren't perfect on doing that. Okay? So if you can help me, this is my email, worldevangelism1962@gmail.com. And you can put in the heading, World Evangelism Book Project, and say that you would like to volunteer. Tell me how many books you would like to do. In fact, what I would actually rather you do is just let's start off with one book first, see if you're able to do it, and then if you do a good job, then we may proceed with a little bit more. But let's start off with one, okay? Also, do you need a Word Perfect document? I don't know. I don't know exactly. You have to tell me what you need, what kind of file that you need. But I would ask you to please, before you send it back to me, please proofread it several times. I had to do that with the Church of the Bible, New Testament Worship, and the Gospel of Christ, and so I hope that you'll do it as well. Now, let me change. So I decided to open a book here, so that you would see for yourself what I mean. So this is a new book. It's been OCR'd, and it's been, so it's Bible Basics, okay? So I got to zoom in so that you can see this. Okay, hope you can see that. Let me show you the book here. And I'm just gonna do a few examples, so that you can get the idea of what we're doing. Okay, so for example, don't worry about this up here. We're going to just get rid of it anyways, so I'm not going to worry about that. But when you go down here, let me zoom in 150%. Okay. All right, so that's the name of the lady. See how there's a red squiggly line? It thinks that there's an error there, but actually there's not. Okay, so sometimes you got to be a good judge of character. Okay. So I'm going down, up, see the word numerous there. See, I got to change that. Uh, see that spacing issue, right? I go down. Now, let's see. Yeah, see, the word practical there. I had to get rid of the spacing there. Um, Now I think it got that word wrong. Okay. Bill has not had the easiest life, but he has. Now, sometimes what you may have to do is have the original book. Okay. So I need to get the original book to see what it actually said there. But going down, see, there's another spacing issue. So get rid of that. In fact, what you can do is just go ahead and get rid of the table of contents page numbers because they're going to be different from they're going to be different from the InDesign document. Okay, so you can see I got rid of those. Word pleasure. See, now let me see if friend by your side. Okay. The word literature there. See, it's going to be a lot of spacing issues, just a little bit of spacing issues here. See, received. Oh, conceived. So, see, I had to get rid of the page number. See, so here's page number 3. See, I got to get rid of that. Just go ahead and get rid of it. Stories. Quotations. Several. Gath. That's actually the name of a thing in the Bible. See, and I'm glad that he, for example, he did cite he didn't put the abbreviated version, which is great. So that saves us some. Oh, gotta get the page number, right? And pronounces. Why is that still wrong? I don't know. Okay, so anyways, did that. Discouragement. You gotta do the page number. Sorry. Page number, delete. But as you can see, another page number, delete. So you can see what I'm doing there, right? And so I hope you get the idea of what we're doing. Confidence. And this book is, I don't know. Let's see, 104 pages. Okay. So that's what I mean by doing this. And if you can help out, I would greatly appreciate it. So, would you be willing to help with this? I hope so. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.